And welcome to the Hawthorns, where we're nearly ready for kick-off here at the Hawthorns. Manchester United are the visitors to town today, and what a game this really does promise to be here. And a last-minute change of plan. Here we are, and I think this will be a terrific battle royale going on here this afternoon. So, tremendous atmosphere, a tremendous excitement really building, and what a game this promises to be. And of course you get your opportunity to comment in the comment section as well. With what we'll bring you some Valentine's Day footy. I've come out in the cold to bring you that. We will bring you some midweek Premier League football as well. There's some Champions League as well, which we'll look at in terms of what we can bring that week. But we'll do that on Monday night and have a look at that then. The one game we'll be definitely bringing you is the early kick-off on Wednesday night from Turf Moor. Big game that one. Burnley against Fulham. Burnley fresh from a 3-0 victory. We'll be live from Turf Moor, and I'll be doing the commentary on really what's one of the biggest games at the wrong end of the table. West Brom needing the points. They've gone 12 points at the moment, but they are a mammoth 14 points or something like that of getting out of trouble in the Premier League. It's going to be a mammoth task. Give up a big Sam Allardyce, who statistically has never been relegated from the Premier League as a manager, but I think that could be about to change this season. If they don't pick up results, they are in deep trouble. Same with Sheffield United, same with Fulham. They need a big result tonight at Everton, but I just can't see that one happening. Later on, Leeds are away at Arsenal in a 4:30 kick-off, but it's the 2 o'clock kick-off we're concerning ourselves with as we await the two sides to come out. And there is the scene at the Hawthorns. I'm just seeing there. It's just, as I say, like everywhere else this season, it's a string of banners, empty seats, nothing more, nothing less. But we're all set to go. Let me just give you the two lineups very quickly. Johnston, Peltier, Ajayi, Barkley, Townsend, Yosuku, Snodgrass, Maitland-Niles on loan from Arsenal, Gallagher, Pereira and Dangana. Manchester United line up in a 4-2-3-1. De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire, Shaw, McTominay, Fred, Rashford, Bruno Fernandes, Martial and Edison Cavani. That's the 2-11s. I will recap those when the teams are out in the tunnel, and plus the substitutes as well. We've also got the full list of officials as well. But a great result there for Burnley yesterday at Crystal Palace. There was an injury concern though for Ben Mee, and he picked it when he was stretched off. But the good news was, and it was very encouraging at the end of it, Ben Mee was up and about on his feet again. Hopefully that was just a precautionary measure, and a lot of us will be hoping that he'll be fit for that big game on Wednesday night, which you can hear live only here on JB Sports. What a game that really does promise to set up now, and we'll be bringing that one to you live and 3 on JB Sports. In fact, let me just check if we've got any English teams in the Champions League this week before we have the teams come out the tunnel. But a big game this for Manchester United. They are playing catch up now to Manchester City at the top of the Premier League, third with 45 points. They're doing very well. They looked as if at one stage they might actually challenge for the league title this year, but it doesn't look as if it's going to be their year this year unless they go on a very good run and Manchester City start, I don't know, dropping points. But I can't see that somehow at the moment. The way they're playing, they beat a very out of sorts Tottenham side 3-0. So will be a Premier League double header actually on Wednesday. Hopefully Russ will be available at 8:15 to bring you that Everton Manchester City game live. And in fact, well, we'll just have to wait and see. But Burnley Fulham is definitely one we'll be going live with, but I'm not sure about Everton Man City. But I'll also keep you up to date with Porto and Juventus and Seville against Dortmund. As regards our Champions League coverage, that begins next week because we've got Atletico Madrid against Chelsea. That's an 8 o'clock kickoff. That will be in 2 weeks' time on the 23rd. Plus, we'll complement that. We might complement that with Leeds Southampton. I haven't decided yet. And then on the Wednesday, the 24th, we've got Borussia Mönchengladbach against Manchester City, and we might just do Tottenham against FC Pellets as well in the Europa League round of 32. So we're bringing back European football this year as Manchester United come out to a packed stadium, to a very deserted Hawthorns. I don't know why I keep saying packed stadium, but they're coming out. West Brom will follow suit very soon. Don't forget, Russ, if you could just give everyone a quick reminder on Twitter that we are broadcasting, that would be fantastic. It's marvellous to be bringing some Valentine's Day football. Also, we'll keep you updated, of course, with the rugby as well. We've got some Six Nations action going on this afternoon in Dublin as Ireland take on France at Lansdowne Road. It should be an absolute classic. They call it the Aviva Stadium these days, but towards it will always be Lansdowne Road. We're just waiting for. Just waiting. We've got analysis going on at the moment. Where the teams are out now. So Sam Allardyce and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer are there. This is a big moment now. Big Sam, never been relegated as a Premier League manager. That could end if he doesn't get a positive result, a few positive results and snookers until the end of the season. Right, maybe cap the two teams for you very quickly. 4-1-4-1 is the formation that Big Sam is playing. Johnson in goal, then it's Peltier, Ajayi, Bartley and Townsend, Yokosuka, Snodgrass, Maitland-Niles and Gallagher. Pereira and Diagana are the forward players. On the bench, Button, Furlong, Robson, Cadu, Robinson, Livermore, Phillips, Sawyers, Phillips, O'Shea and Grant. United, as they quickly take the knee to highlight racism as we're about to get underway. De Gea very quickly. West Brom to get us underway. Let me give you that United team as West Brom kick off. De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire, Shaw, McTominay, Fred, Rashford, Bruno, Martial and Edison Cavani. West Brom making a break down that left-hand channel there. 0-0 is the score. We've been playing something like in the region of around about 18 seconds. On the bench for United, Henderson, Barry, Greenwood, James, Tellez, Matic, Williams, Van der Beek and Wanzeba. Referee comes from Sheffield, that's Craig Pawson, and he's assisted by Harry Leonard and Richard West. And Gerard Gillett, who is actually who originally comes from Australia, as the throwing comes in from the near side, is the fourth official. VAR today at Stockley Park will be handled by John Moss, and Mark Perry is also the assistant. Loss, drawn, loss, and a couple of wins there for United, but they picked up a bit of a bad defeat recently against Sheffield United, and I'll tell you about the head-to-head a little bit later on. Anyway, here come West Brom down the line, far side. Cross comes into the penalty area. They made a very good start here, the Baggies, in the blue and white baggy stripes. United in the red shirts, and they've got the ball out on the far side, and a chance here now for Peltier maybe to get the cross in. The ball then hooked in there towards the Redder, and a goal for West Bromwich Albion. Well, do you believe this? 1 minute 25 on the clock. We've got a shock on here at the Hawthorns. West Bromwich Albion with Dan Garner has just put them Sam Allardyce's side in front, and it's the escape on for Big Sam. They've really started well here, West Bromwich Albion. Ball out towards the right hand side. It was hooked back in there by Maitland-Niles, I think, and it was a lovely little chip in there and a great header. Look at that. Really bad marking from Lindelof. Easily out-muscled there, and a very good cross. In fact, it was Gallagher's cross, sorry. But look at the way that Diagana just wrestles away from his man and then just nods the ball into the back of the net to the right-hand corner. And West Bromwich Albion here are one goal up after 2 minutes and 23 seconds here on JB Sports. This is a real turn-up for the books, and Manchester United have still got the character and the belief to come from behind. They've got the big hitters on the side. They've got the likes of Cavani, Martial, Bruno Fernandes and Rashford amongst others. So it's not cut and dry yet for Big Sam's side, but it's a magnificent start, and we'll go a long way to giving them that little bit of something to cling on to there. And of course, New Caton and his dad are. It's sort of the New Caton derby, really, because his dad as well is a West Brom fan, and New Caton, as you all know, is a Manchester United supporter. But what a turn up for the Bucks there. Great ball in, as I said, from Gallagher, and from the right-hand side. And, well, Diane Garner got in front of the defender, used his strength to bully Lindelof, and the result is 1-0 West Bromwich Albion. We've been playing 3.5 minutes. We've got a shock on potentially at the Hawthorns, but it's a long way to go in this game yet. Here's McTominay from Manchester United. Wan-Bissaka is available on the right-hand side. Backing it side to McTominay. McTominay goes back to Lindelof, who was really weak on that goal, it's got to be said. Ball knocked forward once more, but that should be cut out. And then the ball back to Sam Johnson, a former Manchester United youngster, incidentally. Well, he's certainly looking to put one over on his former employers at the moment. 1-0 to West Bromwich Albion. Who would have thought this at the start? It's an unbelievable start when you think about it, when all things are considered. And Shaw gets back there as West Brom start another attack, and then Maguire gets it back to De Gea, who's, I think that's his first touch of the ball, and he's been beaten already. Well, we expected a little bit of drama today, but we didn't expect the sort of fireworks that we got at the start there. That was just an unbelievable sort of start here, and we've got a real shock on our hands at the moment, but there's a long way to go yet. Shaw having possession for United. Don't forget to keep commenting and liking the video if you're listening. I know you'll all be busy with your Valentines, but we've got some football to. And we've got the football for all the singletons out there as well. Here's Martial trying to turn. Oh, rather Wan-Bissaka into Fred. Ball played in, and the flag is stayed down. Here's a chance here for Rashford. Rashford, can he get it out of his feet? No, it comes to Wan-Bissaka. United now looking to hit back. Fred tries to shot left-footed. Well blocked there. And West Brom now can counter-attack. And it's come towards Dan Garner, who does really well. He's showing his strength already in this opening 5 minutes. And in fact, the linesman's put his flag up now. Now, this rule is the most ridiculous rule I've ever seen. Now, if he's tagged offside there, put the flag up. And this is all to suit VAR. And I'm going to get on my high horse again about this. You're taking away the flow of a game. We want to see games flow. And it's a frustration for me, it's a frustration for the players, it's a frustration for the managers, and it's also a frustration for us commentators out there. Sooner that rule is changed by FIFA, the better. Because quite honestly, that is the most stupidest rule for offside. The most stupidest thing for offside I think I've probably seen. Just doesn't make no sense to me. Please keep listening to the stream, folks. Live here on JB Sports. And Manchester United lead by a goal to nil here. Wan-Bissaka, or trail by a goal to nil rather. Here's Wan-Bissaka now playing the ball back. And really now Lindelof and Cole nearly need to get their A games together. Premier League action this week on JB Sports this midweek. And it's the big one down at the bottom, really. Burnley against Fulham, as we've got a chance inside the area for Cavani as he tried to draw his foot back for the shot, and he couldn't get it in there. Earlier today, Wolves beat Southampton by 2-1 at St Mary's. A terrific goal from Neto decided that one. So Wolves with an important win there as they look to claw their way towards the top half of the table once again. United are inside the area. Header back from Rashford. Fred tries to volley, and it's a good volley too, but it's a good save from Sam Johnson. Just had to tamely dive to his right. It wasn't particularly well hit by Fred, but he felt he had to have a go there with the left foot, and he did. And it was too close maybe to Sam Johnston for his liking, but a good reaction there from Manchester United. They're going 2-0 down. They're going 1-0 down, I should say. 1-0. Everyone keep listening to this game. Here's a chance for West Brom again. They've got him behind again, and the ball almost found again. Diane Garner is having a terrific game, but the flag is up for offside. And I just want to reiterate this offside thing, right? If he's offside, you flag straight away. I don't like it when they have to attack, because what's the point? Are the rule makers at FIFA trying to complicate football to the extent where it's just ridiculous? This is the goal again. Look at the way he bullies Lindelof off the ball. There's nothing wrong with that challenge at all. Lindelof easily outdone on strength and character and everything else. That was weak defending from him. A good centre-back would be a lot stronger in that sort of position, and Lindelof was found wanting there. West Brom are battling to stay in the Premier League. They need something like maybe 5 or 6 wins, and for other teams to absolutely blow up in front of them to get themselves out of it. But they're doing their bit here with a 1-0 lead against Manchester United. It's going to be a tall order. Burnley winning yesterday and winning well. Matt Lawton with a super goal, one of the highlights. But we'll be at Turf Moor on Wednesday night, 6 o'clock kick-off. The big one against Brom. That's the big game of the night for me. And it's where we have a bit of coverage on JB Sports. Meanwhile here, it's West Brom 1, Manchester United 0. As Maguire now has possession. Good ball on in turn to Shaw. Shaw back towards Fred. 1-0 to West Brom. And Rashford trying to put the ball around the corner, but he loses possession. And here goes Pereira now through the centre. Gallagher now onto 23 Snodgrass. Back to Gallagher again, showing his presence with a big mop of blonde hair. This is a good performance so far from the Albion. They're really playing with real vigour and real confidence at any rate. And here comes the number 12 Pereira. Pereira's got support there, and it's a ball that's just gone behind Tangana in the end. And the goal scorer couldn't get there. And here goes Manchester United once again. But West Brom, every ball now there seems to be winning. And it looks to me, despite United responding in the strongest possible way, it looks to me, I don't know how you guys are reading it at the moment, watching the telly and syncing it to my commentary, but let me tell you that West Brom are really up for this, and United just don't seem, in the opening stages at least, to be up for it. Mind you, they've got a free kick. And Russ has kindly put out a tweet as well, which is fantastic of him to do that. So hopefully we'll get some listeners in a little bit later on. We'll also have JB Man in a Match later as well. Burnley Fulham coming up on Wednesday night, 6 o'clock kick-off again with me. And here are the red shirts again of Manchester United, trailing by a goal to 0. West Bromwich Albion, second bottom with only 12 points in the name. A win would take them to 15 points. And Russ is just listening to me at the moment. He's had his antis, and of course, though, he'll be keeping an eye on events at the Emirates this afternoon as Arsenal host Leeds in that 4:30 kick-off. This is the only match there. Don't forget as well on CW's channel tonight, Chris Whiteman, who you may have heard on Thursday night alongside me at Barnsley. He's got that brilliant Raven West Formula 1 series going at the moment, and you'll be able to watch that around about 8:30 tonight, if you please. It's a great series. As Trevor Sports says, it's a very underrated channel. But I think, and also subscribe to his channel, and of course subscribe to Trevor's channel and to Russ's channel as well. We all help each other out, cross promoting, and it's a great thing for us to do. Anyway, meanwhile, back at the Hawthorns here live on JB Sports, some live Premier League football for a Sunday afternoon. And it's a Valentine's Day massacre at the moment for Manchester United. They're losing 1-0, but they are possessing West Brom in the possession front. 40% Albion, 60% United at the moment. But West Bromwich Albion have won a free kick. And this really is going to be something special. We'll try and get a rugby update we'll try and get a I don't know what time the game kicks off in Dublin, but we'll try and keep you up to date with what's going on in the Six Nations rugby as well today. There's some Six Nations action going on between Ireland and I can tell you, and I'll tell you the latest Test match score because they just has stumps at the moment. But let's just see this free kick first. So we'll bring you the latest Test match score from India, and we'll bring you live Six Nations updates. Free kick to West Brom, and it goes, and it's too far over. So let me just give you the latest Test match score down in India at the moment. It's stumped at the end of day 2 of that game, but second test between India and England. India 329 in their first innings. England making only 134, which in normal circumstances is an appalling total. But you look at the Indian pitch, that looks absolutely knackered. No one, and is it any wonder that they couldn't bat on it? And I think that's a bit of gamesmanship there from the Indians. Anyway, they're 54 for 1 in their second innings. 18 overs have been bowled in that. So India leading by 249 runs with 3 days to go. I don't think it'll be needed. I don't think three more days will probably be needed in that one. We'll also come and get you an update from the Six Nations rugby as well, because we got the ruggers as well this afternoon. And let me just but they're still building up. The game incidentally between Ireland and France is a 3 o'clock kickoff, so we'll be bringing you updates throughout the second half of that first half in Dublin. 3 o'clock kickoff in Dublin, Ireland against France. And both sides could do with a bit of a pick-me-up as well. Certainly Ireland do after a defeat last week to Wales. Here in the football, Manchester United are trailing with a quarter of an hour of the first half gone. Wan-Bissaka has possession, goes back to Fred. Fred now in turn gets it over to the far side. Harry Maguire, the captain. Manchester United's captain. England international comes charging forward. A little dummy there, but the ball will break kindly there for West Brom, and it's knocked away once more. 1-0 if you've just joined us to West Bromwich Albion. Goal from Diagana after just 2 minutes. Ball play forward, but that's going to be out for a West Brom goal kick. An attempted long ball there, but Diagana, he's having a good first half. He's doing well, showing his strength, showing his commitment to the West Bromwich Albion cause. And there seems to be a very good belief in that West Brom side, which I've not seen before this season. We saw them a couple of times this season here at the Hawthorns. We saw them on opening day when Leicester City beat them very comfortably, and then against Aston Villa here when again they were beaten very comfortably, and Callum Robinson was shown the red card in that game as well. So it's all a little bit snakes and roundabouts at the moment. Here comes Gallagher now for West Brom. Still 1-0 to the Baggies. A good performance so far from them. They're performing admirably well. We played just over a quarter of an hour, and a good first half it has been. And we've really enjoyed having this game brought to you live here on JB Sports. Last minute change of plan, but we're now live with you. Keep commenting in the comment section, folks. And if you're new to the channel, if you're new around here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit that notifications as well. We like to welcome new subscribers as well. We're only about 12 shy, I think, of 800, which is unbelievable. Which is an unbelievable effort. Anyway, McTominay in possession for Manchester United. Finds Wan-Bissaka. Try to get it down the line. Looking towards Rashford. But Rashford can't get there, and the ball will be hooked back again to Sam Johnston in the West Brom goal. 16 minutes gone. 1-0 to West Bromwich Albion, and a real six-pointer for them. They need the points. West Brom are certainly going about it rather the right way at the moment. And the ball out of play. United throw. Snodgrass certainly is coming to the side. Ex-Leeds United made his name at Ellen Road in the Championship, and his career went on to strength to strength, and then had a bit of a stall at West Ham. A good spell at Hull as well before they sold him to Big Sam Allardyce at the time. He's a very capable, versatile player, and a very clever signing from Big Sam Allardyce. Maitland-Niles as well is in the 11 as well. It's very hard to tell who's who in the West Brom side because they've got red and red against a blue and white background, which is not hard to. It's hard to see at the moment, but the Albion are winning by 1-0, and it's a lead that they've earned in the second minute. But Manchester United, as we all know, are made of stern stuff, but they lost to Sheffield United only a couple of weeks ago, so this is nothing new for them. Another defeat to one of the bottom two sides, and you can kiss goodbye to the Premier League title. Here's Rashford trying to go marauding forward, but again, good play there from a good bit of play there from Yozuki. He did really well, gets the ball forward, and Diagana is offside, and a free kick it is to Manchester United. So far so good. And the ball forward up towards Rashford, towards Edison Cavani. That's a very good tackle. And referee Craig Pawson from Sheffield was quite happy with that challenge there from Yokozuna. Nothing wrong with that at all. Cavani was not fouled. And the ball is now back with Sam Johnstone, who has it in his hands. 1-0 to West Bromwich Albion. We've been playing nearly 20 minutes here at the Hawthorns, on the outskirts of the heart of the Midlands. 2-1 earlier to Wolves in their match at Southampton. So getting a bit of revenge for the FA Cup defeat on Thursday night rather, when Ralph Rusenhirtl's men went to Molineux and did them 2-0. But Danny Ings scored again. That's another positive for Southampton going forward for them. Still not safe out the woods yet, but they were 29 points after they were, I think, as high as fourth at one stage before Christmas. But they've really had that bad loss of form, and that 9-0 drubbing at Old Trafford a few weeks ago, a week or so ago, has really not their confidence, although I thought the cup win might have boosted it a little bit. But Wolves have come back strongly and have won 3 points at Southampton today to ease their worries. 20 gone here at the Hawthorns. West Bromwich Albion 1, Manchester United 0 is the scoreline, and Sam Johnstone has possession. What an unbelievable story we've got here. There's a player down injured, and I can't tell who it is. And it might be Kyle Bartley by the looks of it. Was it the collision with Bruno Fernandes, I asked myself, but he's shaking his head. And United's body language does not look good, so we've got a stoppage here. Physio's on. Looks like the left shin maybe, or the left heel. Could be the shin actually. And he's grimacing there and wincing in pain here, Bartley. I don't think this looks good at all. Craig Pawson with hands on hips going towards the situation they do have on the bench. Let me just tell you the benches actually. Button, Furlong, Robson, Kanu, Robinson, Livermore, Phillips, Sawyers, O'Shea and Grant. They're the West Brom changes. You can use up to 3 substitutes out of a possible 9 nominated. And Manchester United's bench: Henderson the keeper, Eric Bailey, Mason Greenwood, Dan James, Alex Telles, Nemanja Matic, Brandon Williams, Donny van der Beek and Wan Zaba. They're all the substitutes that Manchester United can use. And of course we've got John Moss on VAR duty. No real chances for VAR as we go towards the halfway mark of the first half. Remember, England are 280 odd runs behind in that second test match. That's now finished until about 4 a.m. tomorrow morning. England leading 1-0 in that 4-match series, and you can watch coverage of that actually on terrestrial television on Channel 4. Just a shame Mark Nicholas isn't around to do the presenting for that, but would have been great to have Channel 4 back in the move again. Here's a chance now for Rashford. Ball into the penalty area. It's a good one. Oh, and just wide. Martial must have cannoned off his right knee. It's gone for a West Brom goal kick. West Brom wants a corner, but just for the first time in this game, Manchester United into a very dangerous area. Good crossing there from Rashford beyond Cavani inside the penalty area, and it Well, in fact, I think Martial might have a point there. I think that hits Pereira and goes wide. But it's a goal kick. And it looks to me as if Manchester United are not going to be having things their own way this afternoon here in the bitter cold here in the Midlands. 1-0 to West Bromwich Albion. And they are working so hard, Sam Allardyce's men. It's unbelievable. Their rate and energy levels superb. And if they do hang on to win this game, it will only be their 5th win in Premier League history. But in the previous 25 games, they've only won 4 times. They've drawn 6. Manchester United have won 16 of those games and 5 draws. But it's a West Brom free kick, as I was talking to you then. Gallagher is cooking up something here with Pereira on that near side. I just wonder what it's going to be. They're going to cook up something here, that's for sure. Can they produce something now? 4 fouls to 3 in favour of West Brom, but it's their free kick. It's going to be left here. And here comes the free kick into the penalty area. Headed on, and it's just gone wide. And it wasn't far away there. Pereira's free kick. Gallagher left it there on the left-hand side. It was a very good free kick. Manchester United deal with that one all right. I was just trying to see who it was in the crowd scene. It was Diagana, who's the goal scorer that got the header in. And it goes wide of the target. Remains 1-0 to West Bromwich Albion. And an interesting game at the moment. Don't forget Rayburn West Formula 1 tonight at around about 8:30 on Chris's YouTube, on CW's channel. I hope you could all join in for that. Trevor Walker doing the commentary. The best YouTube Formula 1 commentator there is right now. But here we are in the Premier League. And here's Wan-Bissaka. Good running down the right hand side. Wan-Bissaka's cross. Headed only half away. Chested down brilliantly there by Rashford inside the area. Rashford going by his man. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. Hooks the ball back into the area. Chance is still there for Fred, but West Brom again getting first to the ball and then hooking it all the way to the opposite side of the pitch where David De Gea picks the ball up. Lindelof, who's weak defending, costs United dear. They're not a very good partnership, Lindelof and Harry Maguire. On the stream, on the feed I've got here at the Allphones, there was several examples on how bad they are both at home and abroad for Manchester United this season. They've cost a lot of goals, and they've cost them, and that partnership has cost them another one here. 25 gone. West Brom 1, Manchester United 0. Good game this at the Hawthorns. Keep watching. I'll keep listening rather. Ball played into the penalty area, turned away once more. And this really is some scoreline here at the moment. And it could be a big result for West Bromwich Albion this, in the context of the game. Pereira does well. Holds off his man terrific well. Finds Gallagher. Now Ajayi to get it forward. Can West Brom get themselves a second one? What an insurance policy that could be if they could get a second one into the back of the net. And be a winner chicken dinner for them. Here's a chance now for them to charge forward now. And they're going down the left hand side here. It's Maitland-Niles, the man side from Arsenal. Cross comes in from the back and another header, one and a tip over brilliantly by David De Gea to keep Manchester United in it at 1-0. Maitland-Niles did magnificently well. It was a lovely cross in there, and I wonder if it was Snodgrass who got the header up. Yep, it was Snodgrass. Good header. And that was dipping. And that's an excellent save by De Gea. And it's a corner kick to West Bromwich Albion. They nearly went 2 up. Snodgrass is right in on the goalkeeper. And if West Brom get a second one here, we're in for a real treat here. The corner kick repertoire has been good. Pereira might go short. He has done. To Gallagher. Back to Pereira. Hits Gallagher and it goes behind, unfortunately, for a Manchester United goal kick. That's a little bit of an anticlimax there for West Brom, but it was a completely unfortunate thing. The idea was good. It was just the execution that just wasn't there at that precise moment in time. But we shan't hold it against them, because they're playing some good football here, playing some excellent stuff thus far, and it's a great moment so far. And at the moment it's Manchester United trailing, and remember, we'll be in the second half, we'll be keeping you up to date with all the Six Nations rugby. Ireland taking on France, 1-1 last weekend, the other lost to Wales. Ball played into the penalty area, chances there, and the ball hooked back there, and a good bit of defending as well. Goalkeeper Johnson has it. Remember, Arsenal leads at 4:30, and of course we've got there's Everton Fulham, and that'll be one I'll be keeping my eye on when travelling back from the Hull, when I've travelled back from here. Some championship scores, and this is a bit of a turn up. Barnsley, who we covered brilliantly and actually had a good game and played really well in that defeat in the cup against Chelsea. Well, they find themselves 2 up here after 47 minutes. Brentford 0, Barnsley 2. The red hot favourites, Brentford, to go into the Premier League at the end of this season, and they're 2-0 down at home. Connor Chaplin with the first goal, and then Morris doubling the advantage. But meanwhile, back in the Premier League, it's Manchester United. Ball played into the penalty area, so a score flash from the Championship as well. Remember, England are 280 odd runs behind in the cricket, and India have started their second innings. But that will be reconvening around about 4 a.m. British time tomorrow morning. Here in the afternoon, on a Sunday afternoon here in the West Midlands, a very chilly West Midlands today. It's West Brom 1, Manchester United 0. West Brom have had the better of the attempts, 3-1 in their favour, and 2 on target to Manchester United's 1. So on other stats, they are certainly outgunning Manchester United in that department. Not in possession, but doesn't matter what you have, but what possession you have, it's how you deal with it. Free kick was a poor one, straight into the arms of De Gea. Must have been about a 70-yard ball with that, and it just wasn't to be. Coming up to we've had half an hour. Still that second-minute goal from Diagana is the difference here between Manchester United and West Bromwich Albion. Been a good first half, a great watch, a great game of football. Can we get another bit of drama maybe before half time? Maguire strides forward into the West Brom half. On the left hand side, Shaw is there in support. And still United looking for this equalising goal. If they can get back into this game, we'll have a good match on here. We've still got a great match on here, McTominay. And referee Pawson has blown for a free kick. Foul on Fred. He did try to play advantage, but then noticed that United had gone backwards and decided to give the free kick, quite rightly so. Shaw to take the free kick. There's a line of about 5 United attackers up on the edge of the penalty area. Looks like Luke Shaw's going to cross it in. He's had an exceptional season. The best ever, I think, in a United shirt since his signing 4 or 5 years ago from Southampton. Here's Shaw, left foot into the area. McTominay almost getting on the end of it. Lindelof plays the ball back, and then Fernandes, and in fact there's a flag up for offside, I think, against Scott McTominay, and a free kick to West Bromwich Albion, which will relieve a little bit of tension down on their bench as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer looks with a couple of members of his coaching setup there. Got Michael Carrick alongside him now, and Mike Phelan, who's a real veteran of the club, played under Alex Ferguson and also assistant manager under Alex Ferguson in his latter years. Which tells you all you need to know about the DNA of, as they always keep saying here on television, of Manchester United. Just remind you, the Championship, we're into the second half of that game at the Brentford Stadium. Brentford 0, Barnsley 2. A real turn up on the books there. Barnsley leading 2-0. They was very impressive, even in defeating the Cup to Chelsea on Thursday night. They really put on a great display, and they're showing their prowess and what they are capable of against 2-0 against the favourites for promotion, Brentford. Everyone's favourites for promotion, especially with Ivan Toney scoring bucket loads of goals in that league. Meanwhile, in the Premier League, Manchester United could do with a goal now as Maguire comes striding forward, and he wins his team a corner kick. Came down the left-hand channel. It was a very, very brave and purposeful run there by the Manchester United centre back. He ran about 20-30 yards, went down the left into the penalty area, and a very good sliding challenge there. Gives United a chance here. McTominay and Maguire will stay very much forward as Shaw takes the corner from the far side. Maguire up there again, can't get the header in. West Brom just about, for the moment anyway, scramble the ball away. They lead 1-0 here, but it's a slender lead, a long ball forward. But again, United can't break a way through this tough to beat West Brom defence. It's been very much back to the wall now for the last 5 or 6 minutes from West Bromwich Albion, but they're keeping their shape. But it's Bruno Fernandes for United, and Bruno Fernandes with a cross that is just too far over, and the ball goes by for a goal kick. And it's a rare off day so far for Bruno Fernandes, who's been so good for Manchester United this season, no doubt about that. Keep commenting, keep your comments clean in the comment section as well. We're coming up towards the final 10 minutes of the first half here, as we back to the last 11 minutes of the first half here. 1-0 to West Brom. Second minute goal from Diagana to a good cross from the right from Gallagher. As I take a sip of my cup of tea, the thermos flask is always seems to keep it nice and warm for me, and it's just what was needed before today. And also before the game, I was tucking into a nice little bag of not ready salted prawn cocktail quavers. Oh, I'm glad they brought those back. It's nice to see them back, and of course I've had the salt and vinegar ones in the last few days as well. Nice to have a break from cheese, that is for sure. But Manchester United, well, they could do with being quavered at half time from Solskjaer, because at the moment they've not been good enough. Anyway, here come West Brom again on the ball. Cross comes in from the far side that time from Peltier, which was not a very good ball, and that should be knocked back by Bartley into the path of the goalkeeper Johnston. Not had a decent save to make at the moment, and there's Diagana, but he lost the ball there. And here come Manchester United, those red shirts pounding forward. Here's Rashford, nice ball to post of Cavani on the far side. Cavani now looking to go in field, and he chips it in. McTominay's made a run that's virtually on track, but he can't be found. Flag had stayed down as well for Scott McTominay, but just couldn't be found there by Edison Cavani, who's by his own high standards has had a very quiet match. And we're approaching the last 9 minutes of the first half. Manchester United are losing by a goal to nil. We were taking a 10-minute break, and then we'll be back with the second half. And and Russ will keep you informed of everything that's going on in the Championship, of course. But at the moment, it's not going Manchester United's way at the moment, as a long kick from Johnson is headed away by Lindelof. And Gallagher goes down on halfway. No foul there. Referee quite happy. That was a fair challenge on Gallagher. And they have been under rather pressure. Fred has gone down holding his right foot there. Yellow card given by referee Paulson. I think that's the first of the game. And it's gone to Gallagher. I think looking for a little bit of retribution from him, because he seemed to be fouled there by Fred on halfway, and then decided, rather sillily in fact, to take matters well and truly into his hands. So he's been booked, and that's his 8th of the Premier League season so far for Gallagher. Meanwhile, Manchester United going forward down the left, and they get the cross, and it's knocked away. And Russ is not far wrong. It has been a lot of pressure heaped upon them, but Big Sam's West Brom at the moment are made of very stern stuff these days. 1-0. And a great performance this from West Bromwich Albion. This really is something very special at the moment. Are we going to see a special moment in the Premier League season? Manchester United trailing Manchester City at the moment in terms of the title race. They can ill afford another slip up this afternoon in the Midlands. 1-0 it is as the cross comes in towards Martial, and they can't keep it in, but it's a corner. Came off a West Brom player last. 37 minutes gone. Rashford has gone down in a heap there on the inside the penalty area. So a corner kick to United, attacking the goal to my right. This is Rashford making the break, and he was tripped there by Bartley. Referee played an advantage, and United got a corner out of it. So what can United do here from the set play? Can they get themselves the equaliser and get themselves an out of jail free card? And it goes to the area and headed away quite convincingly there by Ajayi. He's had a marvellous game so far at the back. Both Bartley and Ajayi have had big games at the moment, but it's still a long way to go. Ball out of play, throw to Manchester United. Pereira doesn't agree with the decision, but the decision I think looked about right to me. Just inside the West Brom half. They need a goal here, United. They're to keep their title chase going. Third at the table at the moment. Liverpool losing at Leicester yesterday, and Jurgen Klopp conceding the title, which on their current form could be the blessing in disguise they need, because they're still in the Champions League. Can't win the FA Cup, of course, because they're out of that one, and the League Cup is gone. So it's just the Champions League, realistically, that Liverpool have got to try and win this season. As Johnston gets on with it, Cavani trying to put him off a little bit by running towards him, trying to charge his attempted clearance down. Pereira has possession inside the United half. Still 1-0 to West Bromwich Albion if you've joined us late. It's been an interesting game so far. In fact, commentary on the commentary on this game, of course, is the commentary game on Football Commentary Live. I'm just going to put Barry Swain's Football Commentary Live because Russ is also a freelancer for him as well, and they're going to have the big one between Arsenal and Leeds at 4:30. So when you finish there, tune over to them and give them a try as well, and you check out their Twitter as well, Twitter handle as well. Mike Harneman will be your man in that in the commentary box for that one. So Football Commentary Live at 4:20, and we'll be bringing you Leeds away at Arsenal. That's their Premier League offering at the moment. So they plugged me last week, during midweek. So it was only right I plugged them a little bit, because they'll be doing the big one at the Emirates. A big game for both Arsenal and for Leeds, and try and get themselves away towards that top half of the table. Leeds have had a really good season by their standards, and played football exactly the way it should be played. I've enjoyed watching Leeds United this season. They've been a breath of fresh air to the Premier League in terms of the way they played the game and the way they'll try and win at all costs. We saw them on JB Sports this season completely overall Aston Villa away from home in one of the best away performances this season, I think, from an away side. And it was such a complete performance. Can they do the same at the Emirates today against a beleaguered Arsenal? And of course Russ will be covering Chelsea, Arsenal, Newcastle on Football Commentary as well tomorrow night. So tune that one as well. He has to plug the channel as well, and hopefully we'll have Russ back next week as well for a JB Sports Commentary as well. He's really earning his corn over 3 YouTube channels. He does this one, he does the Football Commentary one, and does a great job as Trevor Gubbo on Trevor Sports. Russ is a very good broadcaster of his own esteem, and very good as well. So hopefully we'll be giving him some live action hopefully next weekend. Here's Rashford now for Manchester United. 1-0 Trown they lead with 3 minutes of the first period to go. What a turn up this could be if West Brom win this game. It'll just put a little bit of heat on the likes of Fulham and Newcastle, and certainly Burnley. Fulham and Burnley meet each other in that big match that we're going to be covering on Wednesday tea time at 6 o'clock kickoff. 6 o'clock kickoff live on JB Sports, and only there you'll be able to get live YouTube commentary of that game, exclusive YouTube commentary of that match. What a game it promises to be at Turf Moor, as Maguire goes into the area. Chance here for United. Ball played back. It might come from Maguire, and somehow West Bromwich Albion in all that scramble got it away from the edge of their 6-yard area. Shaw wins it and Snodgrass gets in there and gets a good foot in there. What a moment that might have been for Manchester United. But it really is something. They are playing with real guts and determination. But here come United. They're knocking on the door. 2 minutes to half time. McTominay's got possession. And here is Bruno Fernandes. Back to McTominay, the Scot. McTominay back inside to Fred. Midway inside the West Brom half. Good touch there by Cavani. Couldn't find Rashford. This is Maguire to Shaw. Far side. Plenty waiting in red. 5 red shirts in the penalty area. Still on the left hand side. Fred, nice touch back to McTominay. Or to Shaw rather. And West Brom still defending like tigers here. They're determined to try and keep the score sheet blank for United as they come up towards half time. 90 seconds, maybe just less than that. Wan-Bissaka on the ball. About 75 seconds of normal time to play at the end of the first half. Shaw will keep it in by the byline. Gets the cross back. Fernandes on the volley! Oh, what a volley that is! Oh, Bruno Fernandes, what a goal! A left foot volley of pure genius from Bruno. And it's a knockout blow to West Brom's aspirations to get out of the bottom 3 of the Premier League. It's a super Manchester United goal. And it's a goal, really, they have threatened for the last sort of 20 minutes or so. And what a blow that is to Sam Allardyce. But there's no stopping an effort like that. He was unmarked as well, but take nothing away from this volley. This is a Bruno Fernandes special. It's a volley of pure genius. And it brings Manchester United, you have to say, deservedly level on the day at 1-1. And has that rekindled United's championship chase, I ask myself. What a volley that is into the left corner. And there's no stopping that. When it needed the most, Bruno Fernandes has pulled it out the bag again for Manchester United. They are level right on the stroke of 45 minutes. And what a good fight back. But now West Brom trying to go forward at the other end. But, oh, that's a wonderful volley. And I'll tell you what, if you haven't seen it on TV, be sure to tune into the highlights of it on YouTube or on Match of the Day a little bit later on tonight. Because I'll tell you what, it's worth watching. Meanwhile, here's a chance now for West Brom. They try to sneak in there, cross in there from the left-hand side, and Shaw had to deal with it. Not great United defending, a little bit slack there. West Brom have another chance right in the last knockings of the first half. We're 30 seconds into 2 added minutes at the end of the first half here. Are we going to see another turn up before half time? West Brom led from Digana after 2 minutes, but Bruno Fernandes in the last minute of the first half of normal time has brought United back into the game. It's 1 apiece. It's a cracking match. And West Brom have got a corner on the far side here. 5 or 6 baggies inside that 6-yard area, and it goes towards the near post. It's another corner. We've got a minute of normal time to go there, and what a moment this could be now for West Brom. 45 seconds I make it before the 2 minutes are up. Snodgrass complaining to the referee about maybe a bit of jostling there on the goalkeeper. He's right on the hair's chest basically. It's going to be a floated corner. Look at the crowded 6-yard area. There's about 10 different players from both sides in there. Comes to the far side. Cross comes in and it deflects away. Another corner of Fred. 20 seconds of stoppage time to go at the end of the first half. Came, I think, to Bartley, of all people. Oh, it might have been Maitland-Niles, rather. Maitland-Niles it was. Corner kick it is now to West Bromwich Albion. They're looking to try and win the game, or try and get in front a second time. Corner taken short. Gallagher plays it in towards the 6-yard area. Comes to Ajayi. Ajayi plays it out, but he's lost it now, and United have got a break. We've played 2 minutes, and in fact, the referee has blown when United had a 5-1-1. And they can't believe it. They are furious with the referee, and I've got every sympathy with them. I know Craig Pawson's got a job to do, but for God's sake, there was a chance there of a break. And Bruno Fernandes, you can understand why he's so upset. United are back in the game and had a chance to score right on the stroke of half-time, but the referee has blown up. That'll be a little bit controversial and a bit of a talking point here, but let's run through the first half here at the Hawthorns. Diangana with a goal after 2 minutes, putting West Brom ahead with a bullet header which put the Baggies in front. But then in the last minute of normal time at the end of the first half, Bruno Fernandes with one of the goals of the season, a superb left foot volley into the top left hand corner, and then a real volley of pure genius brought the game back into it, brought United back into it at 1-1. And then right at the end there, when United were breaking out, it was almost 5-1 in United's favour. The referee, for some reason or another, decided to blow up, maybe because of the end of the stoppage time, I'm not sure, but it was certainly a major talking point, and United, let's be fair, were not impressed by that. But it's been a terrific first half. West Brom are still in the game, they're still in it at 1-1, and you have to say at the break here on this Valentine's special, Premier League special here on JB Sports, we've got a real cracking second half coming up here now for you. It's evenly players and it's anybody's game. West Bromwich Albion 1, Manchester United 1. We're going to take a 10-minute break here at the Hawthorns, and we'll be back with the second half coming right up. Welcome back to the Hawthorns, where the both teams are out, and Bruno Fernandes, who scored that magnificent equaliser just on the stroke of half time, gets us underway then. No changes from either side as far as I can see. West Brom 1, Watford 1, Manchester United 1 I should say. And away we go then. Cavani on the break for United and tries to get in behind, and a chance here for Bruno inside the area. And already United at the start of the second half, almost getting through in the first few seconds of the second half. And West Brom getting away with it there. But looks like Bruno Fernandes was through again. Well, it looked as if he was through again, but a last-ditch challenge there by Ajayi kept Bruno at bay. He's looking up for this now. Super volley, full time in the Championship as Russ Bruno brought it to you. Brentford 0, Barnsley 2. A real setback for Brentford's promotion hopes. A real setback for them. And of course we'll have JB man of the match from the 60th minute of the second half. Here's Harry Maguire now for Manchester United. We're trailing 1-0, but now back level at 1-1 on a very cold afternoon here at the Hawthorns, but been well worth it because it's been a very good watch, and that is for sure. Wan-Bissaka trying to get down that side. West Brom 29%, 71% United overall in the game. So, and that's in terms of possession. Here's Maguire now for Manchester United. Still remains 1-1 here. That's the important statistic to keep reiterating as Maguire gets the ball forward, right-footed, looking for the run here of Marcus Rashford. He's up against Townsend here, number 14. Ball knocked back across. There's real chance here for United into the penalty area, and a good chest out by the defender, and it's a corner kick. It hit Kyle Bartley on the chest. The battle-hardened Kyle Bartley conceding a corner there to Manchester United. Can they get their noses in front here, United? Maguire and Lindelof both forward from the back. McTominay's in there. Martial's in there too. Cavani's on the 6-yard line being marked by Peltier. Luke Shaw will take the corner for Manchester United from the far side. In it goes, left foot into the area it goes, and a good header away by the Albion defence. Standing firm, but it's going to be an onslaught for Manchester United. Remember, Wolves winning controversially at Southampton, of course, well, there will be a big debate whether that was a handball or not. VAR decided to give it in their obvious wisdom, and we know what VAR has been consistently being good at, and that's been bad at decisions, making the right decisions. Mercifully, we haven't needed the intervention of anybody down at Stockley Park thus far. Just to remind you of the two lineups: Johnston, Peltier, Ajayi, Bartley, Townsend, Yosuke, Snodgrass, Maitland-Niles, Gallagher, Pereira and Diagana. Here's Rashford for United. We'll recheck their team in a second. Rashford breaks into the penalty area. Rashford tries to shoot right-footed, has to feint. The ball comes now to McTominay. Infield it goes to Wan-Bissaka, who lost his footing momentarily. Now the ball back in there. McTominay down the right hand side gets the cross back, but it beats everybody, and it comes as far out as Harry Maguire, who's not afraid to run forward on sight, and it's a throw into Manchester United. Just let's run through their lineup quickly. De Gea in goal, Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire, Shaw, McTominay, Fred, Rashford and Bruno Fernandes, Martial and Edison Cavani up front. They're the two lineups, virtually unchanged from the first half. I'll run through the substitutes. Referee Craig Pawson from Sheffield. Here comes Lindelof now from Manchester United. Laying siege to that goal and played it in there to Morris McTominay. McTominay's cross was charged away. Still might break here. Rashford takes on his man, gets to the byline, right hand side. Rashford puts a couple of West Brom defenders on the seat of their pants, and the ball into the 6-yard area. Just wasn't able to be flicked home by Shaw at the back post, but Marcus Rashford showing some remarkably good skill there on the right hand channel, whipping his men a few times, and in fact good defending there, it has to be said, from the Albion defence. It's blanket Albion defence, they're slipping over, and there's a player going down for Manchester United, but West Brom will be entitled to play on. It's not a head injury, but they waste possession of the ball, and now Maguire knocks it out, and in fact the referee stopped it. It's I'm just trying to see who it might be there. Just wondering who it might have been. I think it's Bruno Fernandes that comes off worst. I mean, there was anything wrong with the challenge there by Diagana. He just slips there, and that's what catches Bruno Fernandes. It's just practically he's just slipped there. It's a purely an accidental collision, just because we've got the wet surface and it's a greasy turf. It's going to slip side about. It will take a stud, this pitch, but it looks in good nick despite the slippiness and wetness of the pitch. Bruno, thankfully, is okay to continue. West Bromwich Albion 1, Manchester United 1 here in the Premier League. Our 5th live match of the week and final live match of the week. We have brought you 4 earlier this week in the FA Cup competition. And offside given there, or foul there on Pereira. On the far side there, referee assistant Richard West there, just signalling his flag over on the far side there. The other assistant, incidentally, is Harry Leonard on the near side. West Brom 1, Manchester United 1. Shaw with a header back to Maguire. Maguire having to turn away from Gallagher. And Shaw again gets the ball forward up towards Martial. Lost it to Gallagher, who's the only player so far out of the 22 starters that who's been carrying a yellow card in this match. Still, and picked up his 8th booking in the season during the first half of the game. Still remains 1-1 here at the Hawthorns. A good match developing here. Man of the match will be coming up in just under 10 minutes time. The voting will begin then. We've played 51 minutes in the game and still it remains 1-1 on a bitterly cold afternoon here at the Hawthorns. Gallagher chasing that one and down the right hand channel. Maguire ducked his head in and got a header in there. It was a dangerous thing for him to do, but he got away with it. Lindelof now finds spread. Left hand side for Manchester United. Left of the centre circle. Goes over halfway here. And then goes back inside to Lindelof, back inside his own half. Don't forget to keep commenting, of course, on what you think might happen in the game. And how well you're enjoying the coverage, or you want a shout out, please let me know. 52 gone. West Brom 1, Manchester United 1. And it's anybody's game. United certainly the team you'd think in the ascendancy. McTominay chases that one, leaves it to Rashford. Rashford goes back now. United really looking for a breakthrough now if they can get themselves the second goal. Lindelof brings it forward. It's a great move this from Manchester United potentially. Lindelof starting to go forward. Ross is enjoying the coverage. Anyway, back to the game, and it's Wan-Bissaka. Back to Bruno Fernandes. A superb volley to bring them back level. Rashford with a good cross. Cavani's waiting, and so too was Shaw at the back post. And Shaw and Snodgrass having a little battle down on that near side quadrant there. As the ball now is down the United left, and it's out to play for Brom down the left hand side to Manchester United, halfway inside the West Brom half. But you would think now sooner or later United are going to get that second one, aren't they? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Mike Phelan looking on. They'll be pleased with the response from Manchester United. They have been the better side. I don't think there's been any doubt about it. They've absolutely run away with it, and it's an amazing performance thus far. But at the moment, it still remains one apiece, and West Brom now with a rare opportunity to come charging forward, and the shot comes in, and it's just wide. I think it was Pereira with the shot, and just misses the right hand post, and it goes wide of the target. But a rare excursion forward for West Bromwich Albion. Ball laid in there. Pereira got inside the penalty area, shot across the goal, and just missed the right hand upright. It was a really good run. Hits this well left footed, but pulls the shot in the end well wide. But that's the best we've seen from West Bromwich Albion probably since when they scored, really. I know they did force a flurry of corners towards the end of the first half. I had to remind myself of that. Here's Bruno Fernandes. 1-1 the score, coming up towards 10 minutes of the second half played. A point will not suit either of these sides. One has to win, I think. It's a game they can ill afford to lose, of course, both sides, for different reasons. West Brom trying to get out of trouble. At the moment, they're needing about 13 points plus snookers to get out of their situation. United looking to keep on Manchester City's tail at the moment. 1-1 is the score at the moment. And a good game of football it really has been. As the title race and relegation battle plots really thickens that little bit more. 10 gone in the second half. Relegation threatened West Brom 1. Manchester United with a chance still winning the Premier League for the first time since 2013. 1. As the ball is knocked forward once again, and it still remains level as the ball comes to Shaw, left hand side. United now darting forward if they can. Out towards Fernandes. Out to the left hand side, and good running now on the overlap by Shaw to support Martial on that side. Now Bruno Fernandes has scored a magnificent equalising goal. Finds Fred on in turn to McTominay. They've gone from left to right flank. Here's Fred now cutting in from the right hand side this time, but a good tackle there and a chance here for West Brom to try and launch something here. They're going to get a free kick, and it was a foul on Yokozulu, and a free kick to West Bromwich Albion. It was a foul by McTominay, and it was really clumsy really on Yokozulu. Once I looked out of the place in the Six Nations rugby, and speaking of which, we're going to just bring you an up-to-date score from the Lansdowne Road game, because we've got some rugby union action going on at the moment, which will bring you up to date with at this moment in time. And we'll check that game out. We'll check the rugby out in a second. We'll give you a live score flash at the moment. And at the moment we've played, I think they played something like 17 minutes of the first half, and it's just another start to come to the bar at the Aviva. It's Ireland 0, France 0 in the Six Nations. No scores, no tries, no conversions as the ball comes into the areas. West Brom trying to convert one of their chances there maybe, but Shaw gets the ball back, and that's going to go out of play. So no score in the rugby between Ireland and France, but it's 1-1 here, and of course England are 200 odd runs behind at the end of day 2 of the second test match in Shanghai against the Indians. England leading 1-0 in that 4-game series. This is Rashford now on the break for Manchester United, down the right hand side inside the penalty area, and here's a chance now for Fernandes, who shoots, and there's a little deflection there from Martial which took it to goal. It was a shot just to the right of the area, and in the end it could have easily been 2-1 to United at this point. The ball played in there. Martial, I don't think it was Martial who got the touch, but he was waiting in the middle. From first glance as if it was Martial's touch, but it definitely wasn't when you looked at it from another television camera angle. And it's a shame that the fans aren't here to see this, because I think they would have enjoyed it very much, this game. Very good game of cat and mouse here. United certainly are the cat, and certainly the mouse. So the role of the mice would be West Bromwich Albion. They're the ones that United are chasing here for victory. United could really give their title race hopes a real shot in the arm with an important victory against a team destined for relegation potentially, unless West Brom can go on a magnificent run and get points. They really do need. They've got a free kick 10 yards from halfway on the right hand side, and this is going to be a tough old test now for United. Big Sam's team never roll over it that easily in the game of football. Here comes the free kick. Ajayi plays it in there very long, and United deal with the long ball very, very well, but West Brom have got it back and have done really well. And it was a very good challenge there on foul by Ajayi, and a free kick it is then to Manchester United, who are level at 1-1. One apiece is to score. Ball looking towards Martial, but well cut out once again by Peltier. And now here's Martial again, trying to run it back again, and he's got he's given away a free kick there, Martial. It's not been his finest hour, it's got to be said, as the Frenchman sulks once again at another decision that's been given against him. Right, we're coming up towards an hour gone here, and a very cold and dull whole forms this afternoon. We're going to see Jake Livermore coming on. Now then, man of the match time, folks. You've got half an hour as from now to vote for your man of the match. Name of the player that you want to see win the award, and then you hashtag it JBMLTM. The man with the most votes gets our supplementary man of the match award. You've got from now till the 90th minute to vote. Name of the player, hashtag it JBMLTN. So get your thinking caps on, folks. Meanwhile, here's a chance there for McTominay. He goes down. Referee Pawson thought about it for a second, and he's now going to book Pereira, I assume. Or is it somebody else? No, it's somebody else, I think. It's definitely a free kick on McTominay. Let's see who it was in the end. Yes, it was Bartley. Complete clear body check. So a free kick to Manchester United as they look to try and get in front. Clear body check there. Bruno Fernandes is the first bid for man of the match from Russ. I think he has been, in my opinion, so far the best player on the park, and he's going to take the free kick for Manchester United. Can they sneak their noses in front? They've threatened to do it right when the word go. That's a free kick, and there was a player down. Now is that a penalty? Maguire thinks it's a penalty, and I think the referee's giving it against him. Yes. A penalty to Manchester United. Mr. Porter took a long while, and West Brom are not impressed. And there's about 5 or 6 baggy shirts surrounding referee. Now Manchester United players are trying to influence the decision. Now, was Maguire offside from the first instance? I think he was. This is a VAR job, and it's a big decision now for John Moss. Now, if he finds Maguire offside from this play here, then the penalty cannot be given. But if he isn't offside or isn't proven to be offside, then, well, it's 50-50 that call. As things stand, it's a penalty. I'm sure VAR have got to get involved at some stage here, because there is, yes, and it has to go to VAR, because there'll be a slight doubt about whether Maguire was onside or not. When I looked at it from the first angle, my first impressions was offside. Now they've got the screen as well. Mason Greenwood preparing to come on. Now they'll check the penalty. Was there a foul? Well, first of all, should it have been offside? I mean, I think Maguire maybe milks it a little bit now. I mean, the referee can have a look, but I thought he was offside there. Now surely they've got to change that to, they've got to look at it from an offsides point of view. They're checking it for a foul. Well, I'm not sure. It's a 50-50 decision. But I'm certain he's offside at that point. If he is proven to be onside, then, and I wouldn't want to guess whether that's a penalty or not. It goes down a little bit easily, a little bit theatrically, maybe for the liking. Now this is going to be an interesting decision. Is he going to give the penalty or not? He's going to give the penalty. He's going to give the penalty, I think. Has it been given? No, I don't think it has. I'm as confused as everyone else is. There, no penalty. No, that's a good decision. I have to say, firstly, is he on? I think, well, what John Moss failed to do really was to check it first, really, for an offside purpose, because he was definitely offside as that cross was in. But he had a bit on his shoulder, but Maguire just maybe milked it a bit too much. That was the only doubt I could have had if it was proven to be onside, which obviously John Moss was okay with. Then I suppose in that respect, then it was down to whether there was enough contact, and by the looks of it, I think the officials in the end, I've come to the right conclusion, but they should have checked the offside first, in my opinion, because that looked to me clear and obvious. But I don't know, I'm not a VAR expert. Anyway, back to the game, and here come West Bromwich Albion charging forward, but Shaw gets back there inside the area, had to time his tackle well, and they get the throw. West Brom in line almost through the 18-yard box of Manchester United. Man of the match, you can vote. Hashtag it JBMLTM plus the name of the player you want to see win. We're in for the last 25 minutes here. One apiece. Looks like a point apiece unless one of these two sides can get their noses in front and maybe hang on from here. Cross comes in. That looks another foul there, but the referee isn't interested. It's a goal kick. So Mason Greenwood's about to come on for Manchester United, folks, as we now come in towards the final 25 minutes plus stoppage time. Martial, who's had a poor match so far. We've had a score in the game in Ireland between Ireland and France in the Guinness Six Nations. Burns with a penalty, putting the Irish 3 points ahead. Ireland 3, France 0 at Lansdowne Road in the Guinness Six Nations. Here in the Premier League. And Russ says it was for a foul on Harry Maguire, but the first question, we've seen decision not given for penalties not given for offside, so that was why I was banging the offside drum a little bit, Russ. But I think the referee I think they got there in the end, but I think they took a little bit of the wrong. I think they went about it maybe the wrong way, but nevertheless they came to the right conclusion. I think that's the point that needs to be made. So Mason Greenwood's coming on, and we're also going to see Jake Livermore. Last time we saw him on JB Sports, he was sent off against Aston Villa. The man he's replacing is number 35, Yoku Salu, who's done okay today, without being too spectacular, but he's done a good job. As Yoku Salu comes off, gets a pat on the back from Big Sam Allardyce, and now Jake Livermore, the man for the occasion, comes on now. Yeah, when we saw West Brom here last, it was against Aston Villa in that Midlands derby in December, and it was a horrible challenge really. Villa had taken an early lead at that point, but that sending off really changed the whole complexion of the game against West Bromwich Albion. They went on to lose ultimately by 3-0. Here's Luke Shaw now, forward again in towards Rashford. Rashford turns nicely, holds the ball up well. Fernandes wants to play it into Rashford. Rashford forward, about maybe hitting the 25-yard thunderbolt. Fernandes has it now, 25 yards, 30 yards from goal. Rashford takes it as he tries to run past defenders on the edge of the D. Can't get past the defenders, and really good defending that from West Bromwich Albion. 67.5 minutes play. We're inside halfway through the second half already. The game live, coming to you from the Hawthorns. West Bromwich Albion 1, Manchester United 1 is the scoreline here. Here's Luke Shaw for United, but he's offside on the left-hand side. Well spotted by linesman Richard West, and a free kick has been given to West Bromwich Albion. So can OGS and his side try and get that breakthrough here that they so desperately wanted? They've been knocking on that West Brom door since the second half. They sort of half jarred it when they got back level with that brilliant Bruno Fernandes volley. A volley, as I said at the time, of pure genius, and it certainly was pure genius. United now looking to get themselves forward again. This is Rashford now, left hand side. Rashford checks, goes in field, finds Fred. Fred now has got Greenwood available as well on that side. Bruno Fernandes back inside he goes, and a good cross by Wan-Bissaka into the path of Fernandes, but Bartley had to get back there and deny him there at the last, because Cavani from 6 yards is an absolute deadly finisher. And a corner kick to Manchester United, who are turning up the power and turning up the pressure. Shaw will take the corner here, far side, 4 corners apiece. Been a very good game of football, but it's at the moment the points are shared, which will do neither sides any good, as Maguire comes in as a man for a chance, and a great save from Greenwood by Johnson, and then another shot comes in, it's kicked off the line. And United they had 2 goals there. United had 2 bites of the cherry and couldn't finish on either occasion. Can you believe that? And now Anajayi is in a little bit of trouble there, but he gets himself out of it and wins his team a throw. But this is the first effort. Came here to Greenwood, and then McTominay on the follow-up about 14 yards out on the follow-up, hits it, and the defender gets back on the line, and I'm not sure who it was actually, but might have been Bartley on the line there denying him, but having said all that, it was a great bit of defending there, keeping the scoreline at 1 apiece. United coming close twice. West Brom on the brink, but they might be through here, but out comes De Gea. Had to take the whole lot with him, and he did just that, knocked it out of play. West Brom player down in a heap on the far side of the penalty box to my right hand side. 20 minutes to go. Still man of the match voting. 1 vote for Bruno Fernandes thus far. Have we got another vote, folks, for man of the match? Keep voting. Shot comes in and it's over the top from Gallagher, right-footed, and just drifts over the crossbar. It was a good effort. Just got it out of his feet, and he had to have one go at it. Unfortunately, he just couldn't keep the shot down. It remains 1 apiece here at the Hawthorns. Live football on a Valentine's Sunday afternoon, and in the rugby it's still 3-0 to Ireland, and we'll keep you updated of any scores in the Six Nations. Burns with the penalty for Ireland in the Six Nations. Earlier today, Brentford 0, Barnsley 2. A real blow to Brentford's promotion hopes. At the moment, it's a blow to not just to Manchester United's title hopes, this scoreline at the moment, but a real blow for West Brom's need at the other end to get required points to stay in the Premier League. It's going to be a tall order for big Sam Allardyce, who's never been relegated as a manager. And they've got a 2-on-1 situation here, West Brom. Pereira's got 3 and the ball knocked across, and they've made an absolute holics of it. He's over hit the cross from the right hand side, and really this was a glorious opportunity. Gallagher laying the ball in. It looked a formality there. It was 1 back against 2 West Brom defenders, and they just couldn't take the advantage. It was so rushed, it was so lethargic in the end, and Manchester United get out of jail, and here goes Rashford through the middle. Good stop there, but it's been a real examination of West Brom's credentials, and you just wonder what might have been if they had taken that chance, and what a turning point it could have been in their season. Ball hooked forward now for West Brom. They're going to chase everything. Gallagher chasing it down, but it's spread now for United over the halfway line. McTominay keeps possession just about under pressure from Maitland-Niles. This is a terrific game so far. Enjoyable, a great watch, and plenty of controversy with it. United dropping points, West Brom dropping points. They can never afford to draw this either side for quite different reasons. Here's Rashford now, near side, gets the crossing, half stopped, still might break here, but surely West Brom will get that away. Remember, on Wednesday night, more Premier League action from Turf Moor. Burnley take on Fulham in that big 6-pointer. Here's a chance now inside the area, but a good effort again from that West Brom defence. They got tackles in just when they needed them most. And if Sam Allardyce is to draw the game and not take the 3 points, he can surely point to one positive out of today, is that the team have been playing well enough and defended well enough. As I just said, that Shaw gets the ball across. He comes to Rashford here. United are knocking on this door. 74 minutes almost gone. Here comes Maguire, still coming forward. He's enjoyed the licence to come forward, and has caused 1 or 2 troubles in that West Brom defence. It's still holding firm at 1-1. Ball played over towards the far side, but it couldn't be found, and Wan-Bissaka will let that go. It came off a West Brom player last. It'll be a throw-in. Coming up towards the final quarter of an hour plus stoppage time live on JB Sports. The Sunday afternoon game live, and here's a chance now for Dan Garner to chase, and a good challenge there by Lindelof, and Shaw now takes possession. Fine spread. Fred now charging towards halfway. Plays it over the halfway line to the far side in Wan-Bissaka. It's going to be an interesting last quarter of an hour now, folks, at the Hawthorns, where West Brom and Manchester United are drawing 1-1. West Brom have got a player down, and referee Pawson stopped it, and I think that's the wisest thing to do. And it's the number 14, Townsend, who's gone down there tangling there with Wan-Bissaka. There was nothing in it, of course. Well, no, he caught him in the face there, Wan-Bissaka. Reece Townsend's up and about there. Maitland-Niles with the opportunity there, potentially. He was trying to lay it in. It was Maitland-Niles, really, and it was a poor ball from him. Not the sort of form that we're used to seeing when he was playing for Arsenal. He still is technically an Arsenal player on loan to West Brom for the rest of the season. Bit of a surprise when Arteta let him go. Meanwhile, Townsend is receiving treatment on the far side. It gives us a chance to catch our breath and keep up to date with the rugby. Verino, last we heard it, but wait a moment, it just got back underway then. It's just as I was about to check the rugby score. At the moment it remains 3-0. We've been playing, in fact there's been a change in the scores. It's Ireland, is it 5-3, or is it still... No, there's been a try disallowed. That's what's happened. There was a French try coming in, but no try has been given, so no try at all, and that remains So that remains 3-0. 3-0 to Ireland at the moment. If you like enjoying your rugby, England back on course with a very good victory over Italy yesterday. Scotland losing out by 1 point against the Welsh last night in a really topsy-turvy game at Murrayfield. A really good performance from Scotland, and they deserved more than that. And a friend of mine who's a big Scotland supporter, who's Scottish, she wanted to, they're nearly there, and it almost caused an upset. But they're still very much in Six Nations contention, Scotland, and Gregor Townsend's pressured a good side now, near in the 6-yard area. And in fact, there's a mistake here, and the goalkeeper, just as I was talking about the rugby, has somehow turned it away. Diagana was in there. I'd like to see a replay. There's been a try, by the way, in the Ireland game. France have scored that try. Charles Olivan is the try scorer. So it's 3-5 to France at the Aviva Stadium in the Six Nations Championship. Meanwhile, in the Premier League, we've almost saw a mistake from the goalkeeper. At the moment, there's been a conversion as well from France. They're now 8-3 ahead, or 7-3 ahead. I think it's 7-3. So it's 7-3. Jalbert's just got the conversion. Here in the football, West Brom 1, Manchester United 1. Live on JB Sports. Chip forward towards the far post and the header back, and it's going to fall for Sam Johnson inside the 6-yard area. Well, Dangana got away, and it's Maguire in a bit of trouble. Dangana got through. Good save from the goalkeeper, who had to get back and stop Dangana there. Maybe a little bit lazy there on the follow-up, maybe, but Maguire there, outdone for strength. Good save from the keeper, and then it came back away, and now United are on the break once more. There's a man gone tumbling down there. It's just getting a little bit heated up now as we go into the final 12 minutes plus stoppage time. France leading 7-3 in the rugby, and this game is all square, one apiece. A very good performance there. Greenwood and Maitland-Niles almost coming to blows there. This is the incident again now. That might have gone to VAR. Maguire was certainly looked wrestled to the ground, but it was a great save there, and then had to get back and palm it out for a corner. But got a slight suspicion if it had gone in the back of the net, I think VAR might have had to intervene on that, but it's all speculation now, and it's all academic, I suppose. Anyway, Manchester United come charging forward. Wan-Bissaka with a low cross into the area, nearly found Edison Cavani, who was waiting in the penalty area. United still knocking on the door. They're not giving in. They want 3 points. West Brom have had a couple of chances to score themselves. It's been an amazing match here at the Hawthorns. It's very competitive and still nothing to separate them. But it's United still having all the possession and all the play, as one would expect. Can Fernandez charge forward? Can he find Maguire? The answer is yes. Maguire has it in field. Can he get it over on that far side? He can to Greenwood. Greenwood goes past his man. Greenwood towards Maguire. Back towards Rashford. Rashford tries to shot, deflects it. It falls nicely for Sam Johnston, who prevents the corner as well. And we've also seen Donny van der Beek come on, I think, for Fred. I'm sure Russell confirmed that for me. So Fred has gone off, I believe, and van der Beek has come on. We're outing for him, if that's to be the case. Yes, he's out there now. And can he prove our match winner for Manchester United? Yet really to prove himself. He hasn't had the game time that he would have liked to have had since his summer move from the Eredivisie in Holland. Still, what a piece as we go into the final 10 minutes. Man of the match, name of the player, hashtag it JBMOTM. At the moment, we've got Bruno Fernandes winning it. And if it stayed the same, I don't think there'll be much argument anyway. And as the ball comes to Shaw. Shaw now finds Bruno Fernandes, who chips the ball in there. Fernandes goes in again. What a signing he's been for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. No doubt the best signing of Solskjaer's reign at Old Trafford. Ball hooked back by Lindelof into the path of De Gea. He's had a couple of airy moments himself in the second half. Here comes Greenwood. Wan-Bissaka's on the overlap. Greenwood wins in field from the right hand side. United looking for this winning goal. 8.5 minutes to play. We've had 81.5 minutes. Are we going to see a late show from Manchester United as we have done so many times in the Ferguson era? Can they do it under Solskjaer? This is Shaw now. Shaw knocks the ball back across. Is Rashford going to have a crack from outside the area? Just to the left of centre. No, he isn't. In fact, he's brought down his man and a free kick. And the tough little Scott Snodgrass is the one that's been fouled. Back by Bruno Fernandes. Well, it's not a good point. Any point's a decent point, but I'm sure Big Sam in his heart of hearts, considering the position they're in after Burnley's victory against Palace yesterday, would have said 3 points is an absolute must. Looks like it's only going to be a point this afternoon, but at the moment they are really struggling to hold on in there against a rampant Manchester United who cannot somehow crack this West Bromwich Albion code. As Johnson takes the free kick from outside the area, down the right hand side, West Brom have it with Gallagher, who's had another stormy match in the midfield for them. Chip forward down the right hand side when it's a West Brom ball midway inside the United half on the right hand side. The inside as we watch it from here. Are we going to see a late show here from West Bromwich Albion? They've really hung on in there, and if they can get one to tack in the last sort of 7 minutes plus stoppage time, then it could be an important moment for their season. They are quite a number of points behind, about 14 points off safety. They need snookers as well, but they need 3 points today. 1 point's not good enough, and that's a handball, I think, given there. And there's a bit of afters here involving Van der Beek and who else was it? Referee's got in the way of my view of it. I think it might have been Pereira. Van der Beek obviously showing a little bit of frustration there, but just for a moment I thought it was going to be a Barney and a free-for-all then, but it wasn't to be the case. Still remains one apiece, and we'll keep you up to date to the end of the programme with the rugby at Dublin. 7-3 was at the last we had it there, and at the moment it's Ireland 3, France 7 in the rugby. Afterwards you can watch the second half of that on ITV later on after the football if you're a bit into your rugby. And off Burns with a penalty, Oliver and Jalbert with a try and a conversion for France. They lead in the rugby. No one's leading in this one at the moment. It's one apiece. Rashford now for Manchester United. Runs towards the edge of the area and he's been brought down there by Snodgrass. And a yellow card as he was darting in from the left hand side. Definite free kick here. and he knew what he was doing straight away here. Snodgrass just had to hack at him, and he'll take a yellow card for the team. No complaints from Robert Snodgrass. He's one that will just get on with it now. And Manchester United have got a free kick in a very promising position with just over 5 minutes of the match plus stoppage time remaining. And Bruno Fernandes is on course to be the JB version of to win the JB version of the Man of the Match award. There's a chance now to really cement it with an opportunity here. It's certainly left of the D. It's a good 24 yards from goal. Certainly made for the left foot of Bruno Fernandes. Right foot, of Bruno Fernandes. Shaw is the left-footed option. That wall does not seem 10 yards to me, but Craig Parson will have marked it all out. Not that we can see any vanishing spray at the moment. Fernandes chips it in. It's a floater towards the back post, and that's going to drop. Is it for a corner? Yes, it is, I think. Yeah. Corner kick it is then, or is it a goal kick or a free kick? I think he's given a free kick. Presumably, I think it's for an infringement. Must have been for an infringement anyway, but it's because of which it's a foul there on Maitland-Niles. So 4 minutes left to go. Manchester United are being held. France are leading 7 points to 3 in the rugby, but at the moment it's not. This is not a scoreline that's going to favour either West Brom or Manchester United at the moment. France have just scored another. Have they scored another point there? Yeah, they've scored. They're up to 10 points to 3 now, I believe. Well, it looks as if Jalbert has just scored a penalty as Snodgrass has been replaced by Phillips. So a penalty converted there by Jalbert, and we have it at 10-3 as far as we're concerned as we come towards the end of the first half at the Aviva Stadium, what used to be known as Lansdowne Road. Meanwhile, here at the Hawthorns, no sponsorship names for this one as the ball played in there toward the area. Oh, what a chance for Diagana! The ball was whipped in from the right-hand channel. It was a perfectly good cross. The central defenders for United, either Lindelof or Maguire, didn't read it properly, and he just needed to keep that down. And West Brom might have got themselves back into getting out of this situation they're in. Right foot just couldn't steer it on target. What an opportunity that was. And it remains 1-1. Well, if it does end a draw, it won't suit either side, that is for sure. But one thing it will do, as Mia, hello Mia, nice to have you with us. As we now go into the final knockings of the game. Greenwood now running towards the edge of the area from the left hand or from the right hand side, back inside to Fernandes. That's a nice little touch as well. Lays it into Rashford, edge of the area. Rashford chips it in there, but he can't thread the ball through, and the ball has been lost. Still remains 1-1, and Rashford has been fouled there, I think. And referee Pawson straight out with the card. It's a yellow card given. And it's Diagana who missed that glorious opportunity about 45 seconds ago. That almost put West Brom in heaven and put them right back into the relegation, put them right into the mix to get out of the relegation zone. But a point will not do for either side. United, of course, trying to chase Manchester City at the top of the Premier League table. Manchester City looking unstoppable. They had a very good win over lacklustre Tottenham yesterday. And today, Manchester United are being held here by the hosts, but I'm sure both Sam Allardyce and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will be cursing the luck they couldn't get over the line, but there's still time yet for a winning goal, and it might come from Manchester United because Greenwood has broken down the right hand side, gets to the right hand byline, pulls the ball across, and it goes past everybody, including the goalkeeper, and 2 United players converging on it. Shaw has kept it in on the left hand side, still deep inside West Brom territory. One apiece it is. Here's Lindelof. Is he going to have a crack? Well, it would have been all 40 yards. Van der Beek Thought about the right for the shot. Just for a few seconds he thought about it. Gets the ball back again, the Dutchman. Back to Lindelof. Can Lindelof surprise one or two people here? Rashford trying to lay it in, or trying to play a 1-2 with a nice little flick, but West Brom were wise to that. 15 seconds of stoppage before stoppage time, and we can reveal that Bruno Fernandes is our JB man of the match. So Bruno Fernandes is JB's man of the match. Don't forget, Wednesday night, big one at Turf Moor, Burnley Fulham. That is a 6.5. If Burnley win that, then you can't really see anywhere back for Fulham. Van der Beek is there for Manchester United. And here's Rashford, edge of the area. There's about 9 or 10 back for West Bromwich Albion. We're into 5 added minutes here at the Hawthorns here in the West Midlands. And Van der Beek now challenging with Ajayi. And here comes Dingana now. He tries to get it forward, but it's out of play. And it's all Manchester United right at the last knock-ins here. We've had 30 seconds of the 5. Are we going to see a late show for Manchester United? We saw it so many times when Alex Ferguson was the manager. As Ole Gunnar Solskjaer installed that DNA into Manchester United. Well, we'll have to find out now in the next 4.25 minutes. Here's Maguire charging forward. He's had a lot of canters forward, Maguire, today. Ball played into Fernandes. Back to Maguire again. Left hand side. He's got Shaw on the other. Shaw, low cross knocked away. And West Brom somehow knock it out for a throw into Manchester United. It was Gallagher who hooked the ball away. It's coming close to the end here. 1-1. What a game this is going to be. What an ending we're going to have. Lindelof now for United. Inside the centre circle. Finds Scotty McTominay. Ball over on the far side. This is a magnificent performance from West Brom to keep United out, but a point will not do for their situation. Here's Wan-Bissaka. It's a corner kick to United. I think they'd take the point now at this stage if you'd offered it them now. But United certainly won all 3. They want to keep the challenge on Manchester City very much going. Greenwood's going to leave it. He's going to leave it to Luke Shaw, who's had a magnificent season regardless what happens now. For Manchester United, his best season in a red shirt since signing from Southampton. Scored in the 9-0 demolition job the other week. Ball into the area. Knocked away by West Brom. And again, stout defending. The hallmark of a big Sam Allardyce side. He'll be proud of the performance. Not so much the result. He would have probably wanted all 3. Knowing that the position they're in. But at the moment, they're on course for just the 1. Maybe could be nil if they concede now in the last 2.5 minutes. Shot comes in and it's an easy save there. Bruno Fernandes with a very ambitious 30-yard right-footed drive, but it was straight into the arms of Sam Johnston. And is that every time? Look, I wonder on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's face. I'm just noticing there. He looks a very thoughtful figure, but a very forlorn figure. Attempts on and off target. West Brom 7, Manchester United 8. And on target 3 for West Brom, 6 for United. But it has been a terrific game of football anyway. Here's Matt Phillips, the former Blackpool man who gets the throw off Luke Shaw. 2 minutes to go. Could they launch a last guest attack here? Is Sam Allardyce resigned to a point? It's not going to do him their relegation situation any good, which will be good news for the likes of Fulham, Burnley, Newcastle and Brighton. Brighton could only draw yesterday, of course, at home to Aston Villa, and Emiliano Martinez pulled on a one-man show in that game. Ball comes in, it's out of play, it's a goal kick. Bartlett striding forward. We're coming up towards the end of the game now. It's Ajayi rather striding forward. We're coming up towards the end of the game. Last 90 seconds maybe, plus a little bit of stopping, plus maybe a little bit extra. Dagana had given West Brom the lead on 2 minutes. And then Bruno Fernandes with a piece of pure volley ingenious got themselves back level. We're into the last seconds of the game here at the Hawthorns. 1 minute of stoppage time remains. United pumped the ball in from the right hand side again, not for the first time, the umpteenth time. West Brom stout defending. They have really performed out of their skins today, but it might only be a point at the end of it all for West Bromwich Albion. But what it will do is to take United's title dreams away with it. Oh, well, Manchester United imploding at the time they need to be most. In week 24 of the Premier League, here's Shaw with a cross into the area, and the header comes in, it's off the post of Harry Maguire, and he sinks to his knees and hits the ground in frustration with his fist. He thought he'd won it. United still have possession. Play on it is. We've got about 10 seconds of stoppage time remaining. The ball gets pumped in from the right-hand side. Away by West Bromwich Albion. Was that the moment that United thought they'd won it? Well, they can still win it from here. Sure, no. To Fernandes, this is going to be the last chance. Fernandes' cross is in there. Headed away, and the referee has blown for the end, I think. He has, and West Brom have stolen a point. When it looked as if United had stolen all three, Maguire with a header, and I don't know if Johnson got a save on that. From the first glance, it hit the post. Did it hit the post? Oh, he's tipped it onto the post. What a save from Sam Johnston to deny Harry Maguire a late winning goal. It would have been practically with the last kick of the game. Sam Johnston has saved West Brom at least a point. Won't do their relegation scrap chances much good, really. But also, as a result of that, it won't help Manchester United's title bid too much either. It's all square at the end of this game. One apiece. Both teams it will not suit. But West Brom battled and battled, and United couldn't break them down. And are the wheels falling off the bus? The title bid bus for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Are the wheels coming off? You just have to wonder. Don't forget, we're going to Football Commentary Live. We'll be bringing you live commentary of Arsenal's match with Leeds at 4:30 with Mike Harneman. Don't forget, on CW's channel we've got the Raven West Formula 1 series coming up for you. And just a date in your diary as well in the midweek game. Midweek will be Premier League midweek live. One match at least this week, and it's going to be at Turf Moor for the big relegation six-pointer between Burnley, who had a magnificent victory over Crystal Palace, and I was delighted about that. And of course, and also we've got Fulham as well, who play in fact at Everton at 7 o'clock this evening at Goodison Park. But what a performance from West Brom, but it might not get him out of trouble. But I tell you what, if they take Manchester United's title bid down with them, then it might have been well worth it. A point doesn't do any of the two teams either good, but I tell you what, they put on a very good show for us today, and for us listeners as well, and for the television people. But it's finished here, a stalemate 1-1 draw, but a terrific 1-1 draw in terms of the game and the way it played out. But a point apiece does not do West Brom's relegation avoidance any good, and neither does it do Manchester United's challenge for the title any good. So stalemate here at the Hall Farms. We'll see you on Wednesday at 5:50 for the big one, the big relegation six-pointer, Burnley against Fulham. I'll only be making the short 6-mile trip to Turf Moor for that one. But thank you to everybody else. Bruno Fernandes was of course the man in the match. Let's not forget that. But it's stalemate at the Hawthorns. See you all on Wednesday for the big one. 5:50 on JB Sports. Don't forget Trevor Sports Match of the Day later on, hopefully. And also we'll have Raven West tonight as well on CW's channel. And don't forget, Football Commentary Live will have live and uninterrupted commentary of Arsenal against Leeds at 4:30, and that's just in fact in half an hour from now. Just a quick check on the rugby before we leave you. Half time in the Six Nations: Ireland 3, France 10. Oliver and Gilbert with 2 goals, one a conversion and one a penalty, and a penalty for Ireland from Burns put them in front. But it's France at the moment on very much course for another set of points in the Six Nations Championship. And anyway, at the end of the game here at the Hawthorns, it's finished West Bromwich Albion 1, Manchester United 1, and we'll see you on Wednesday for live coverage of Burnley against Fulham. But for me, JB, for now, take care, and we'll see you all then. Bye bye.